A democracy? The response for this question is no. Brazil is not a democracy. And I'm going to show you now the reasons why you can't think that Brazil is a democracy just because people go to streets to vote. The first reason I'm going to say to you is in 2014, 54 million people voted for Dilma Rousseff, and in 2015, when she started her second government, Aécio Neves, the one who lost from Dilma Rousseff, started street protests to take out the government. In Brazil, we don't have a legal way so the parliament can take out the government, and we only have the possibility for an impeachment in cases when the president commits a crime. We had in Brazil an impeachment without a crime, and the question that was an impeachment without a crime is not something that I'm saying by myself. No, the prosecutors in Brazil, they found that Dilma did not have anything to do with the things that brought her to the impeachment. So anyway, why all the world think that Dilma Rousseff had an impeachment? Because they made everything to look like legal. They've done all the due process of law. The only thing that was wrong is that you can't have that process without a crime. It's something like, okay, I'm going to send someone to jail for murder, but there was no murder. So if there is no crime, there's no reason for prosecution. But they made a fake crime and they used that to impress people and to convince people that, okay, there is a reason for an impeachment and let's do an impeachment. So we had in Brazil a state coup. What we say is a coup from the Congress, a parliamentary coup. So this is the first reason. The second reason is we had in Brazil the most strong politician from all the times, that is still Lula. In 2016, they sent Lula to prison in 2017 for a crime that he has not committed. And some people ask, oh, why are you too sure that Lula has not committed a crime? And the reason is very simple, because Lula was sent to jail, so he couldn't be part of the political campaign. He couldn't run for president, even if all the researches were showing that he was going to win in the first round. And they said that Lula was the owner of a flat in Brazil, on a beach in Brazil, but that flat was a name of a Brazilian bank, a state bank, which is Caixa Econômica Federal, and there is no way so you can have something if that thing was given to a bank to warrant a loan. And this is what has happened. The legal owner of that flat has given that flat as warranty of a loan, and even with that, they said that, okay, even if the flat is given as warranty for a loan for like the biggest public bank in Brazil, even with that, that flat belongs to Lula. Okay, the point is, they were not looking for the truth. They were looking for a way to convince the people that, oh, because of this, Lula is not going to run for president. And if we have in a country elections, let's say, okay, we are going to have in a country elections, but the one who is in first place is going to be taken out because he was not going to be allowed to run. Of course, this is not democracy. It's something like, okay, we have two fighters. This is the best of the world. This is the second one. The second one is going to to fight by himself because the other one is going to be jailed, so he can't participate in the fight. It's something like this, but it looks funny. But why did they do that? They did it because, of course, if Lula was in the election, he had won, and to make sure that they were going to be able to have a liberal in the presidency, what they did was they put Lula in jail. They changed the view about our constitution because our constitution has a presumption of innocence. What means that, okay, at least when you are judged by the last resource, the country can't say you are blamed. So they changed it just to make Lula go to jail during the election. Once the election has passed, they changed it back. So during the election, Brazil didn't have the presumption of innocence, so they could send Lula to jail. After the election, they changed back the presumption of innocence because, okay, now they were able to send Lula to jail. Lula was not able to say anything during the elections. Lula was not able to support anyone during the election. And now that everything has passed, and now they have the power, they have a liberal on the presidency of Brazil, they changed the presumption of innocence and Lula is back on the streets. But Lula can't go to the elections again. Why? Imagine that we have in Brazil a constitution that says that all the power emanates from the people. Okay, all the power belongs to the people. But because of the vote of some judges, the people is not able to decide who is going to be the president. Okay, it doesn't make sense, but it's something like this. Oh, all the power belongs to the people. This is the first article of our constitution. But the constitution says that all the power belongs to the people, but our people is not able to vote Lula because 3 judges decided that Lula is not able to run for president. But there's no way to support this into our constitution. We can't say that the people can't vote for someone because that one had a prosecution. It doesn't make sense. It can make sense for some people, but it doesn't make sense for the constitution we have today that says that all the power emanates from the people. And okay, let's go into the next. The last elections, when Bolsonaro won the elections, we had some electoral crimes. We had the use of Facebook and Twitter to bring fake news to the people. They used algorithms, they used Cambridge Analytica, the same thing they used for the elections in the United States, for Brexit in the UK. They used the same power of algorithms and they used churches to control the people to vote for that candidate. In Brazil, this is a crime. This is abuse of economical power. You can't promote fake news using WhatsApp and using Twitter to say that, okay, that guy is going to like to impose some gay ideology into the kids. That guy is going to make a penis, I don't know the word in English, but anyway, many fake news, and the fake news used the fragility of the people, were targeted fake news, and this is not allowed in Brazil. And the question you could ask me now is simple. Oh, but if Brazil had too many crimes during the election, why the justice in Brazil just don't do anything? They just don't do anything because they're inside this. Do you understand? Is when you outside Brazil listen that, oh, Brazil is a democracy, everything now is in Brazil is being corrected. No, it's a lie. What they're doing in Brazil right now is they're changing everything that is from the people to the private sector. And they're saying that they're doing this because of corruption, but it's not because of corruption. They're doing everything because of money. And in Brazil, we didn't have the opportunity to vote for who we wanted because they jailed Lula. In Brazil, Lula was with 60% of the intentions of votes before he was jailed. They used the media to destroy his reputation for a long time, and even with that, to make sure that a liberal was going to win the election, they used electoral crimes like Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp, bringing fake news. And in Brazil, we can't use private money for political campaigns. And how they did in Brazil was to buy the support of churches. Some companies gave the money straight to the churches. It's something like, for you to understand, in Brazil, politicians can do their campaigns using like private money. It's like that company, let's think about Microsoft. Microsoft can't take money and give money for that politician, so that politician is going to use the money for his political campaign. What they have done was, okay, we can't give the money for the politician. We are going to do by ourselves the campaign of the politician. What the companies did in Brazil was, okay, this company is going to give some millions for that church, a big church, so that church is going to support this politician. This company is going to give the money straight to Facebook, so Facebook is going to do the fake news. This company is going to inject some money on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is going to do fake news. This company is going to inject the money on Twitter, so Twitter is going to do the fake news. The point I'm trying to explain now is they found a way to go around the law. Of course, this could result in the end of the campaign of 2018, back to the zero. But the problem is, who could solve this problem? Who could fix it? The judges, they are in this. This is the problem we have in Brazil. And the response for, is Brazil a democracy? No. No, because people can't vote on who they want to vote. No, because the electoral crimes are permitted for the liberals. No, because the judges are always running to jail people from the left wing. And no, because the media is always working to distort the truth and to keep the reality away Brazilian people. So thank you. Please subscribe. I would like to ask you to share this video with your friends. Share this video with who could interest in Brazilian politics. So thank you.